All right. UCLA, UNLV, I believe. Yep. UCLA is laying 26 currently, open 27 and a half and 27, and it's been bet down, which is probably the right bet. I made a comment. I just tweeted it out, I think, during that UCLA Texas A&M game, and then I actually like the classic cheetah jinx. Didn't even care. I wasn't have money on the game, but I say things and tweet things sometimes, and it just immediately switches. But I mentioned that UCLA's offensive line was probably the worst I've ever seen. The worst display. And granted, Texas A&M's defensive line might be the best in the country. They're very, very good. But I have never, ever heard. It was the middle of the third quarter, closer to the late third quarter, and Josh Rosen had dropped back 28 times. And the pressure stat was that he was pressured on 26 of his 28 dropbacks. Obviously, sacked on some, had to just throw balls away on some. Just really bad passes on a lot of other ones. 26 out of 28. Never seen anything like that. Texas A&M had the game locked up. As soon as I tweeted it, though, UCLA had those two touchdowns and made it interesting again. So it's it's not surprising to see this come down. My power rated number was like 27, but UNLV is kind of up and coming here in Las Vegas, and a team that they're not going to ever wave the white flag. They're not going to give up. I saw it last year in the coach's first season. I forget his name. He came from Bishop Gorman. He was coaching high school here in Las Vegas. Did a very, very impressive job in his first year, just rallying the guys and fighting in a lot of games. And so this is a similar spot where if they do go down 27 or 28, they're probably getting that back door. Or they probably just don't even let UCLA get that big because they had hit so many issues on the offensive line. I, I'm going to be honest. Obviously, UNLV's defensive line isn't going to be like able to just rush four and get that type of pressure. But if they rush five or six, UCLA struggled with it, and you know just force Josh Rosen to pick off passes, and make split second decisions if you're blitzing. And I think UNLV will game plan for this fine. I think I missed a 27, 27 and a half. I'm not making a play, but definitely lean that side. And the total, I think, spot on. My number was 58, and it's currently 58 and a half. And it was one that barely missed my card early on, just because I just so blatant how bad this offensive line is for the Bruins. And so 62 and a half seemed high for a team that's probably going to try to run a lot more since they won't be losing early like they were to Texas A&M. They dropped back and just threw way too many times in the first place. So they're going to run more in this matchup, and if they do have issues with the offensive line just in general, they're not going to be scoring a ton. So I thought it should have come down, and it did. If you like the under, that would probably be something I look at too. Kind of a correlated, take the 26, 27 points, take the under. But I think they're both winners. Not enough for me to actually bet it, put money down on it. But if you guys are leaning that way, I think those are both the right sides. So go ahead and play them.